acceptance card is a picture of a doorway. There's a dark blue paint on the walls. There are butterflies surrounding the door and butterflies shooting out through the door into what looks like an orange and yellow sunset over a stone path. And it looks like it drops off in front to the unknown. And leading up to the door is also a stone path, but it's covered with a trail of roses, I just noticed. Accept others and yourself. Welcome new opportunities. You have to make a choice that you want those things, new opportunities. And accepting others is practicing unconditional love. And acceptance doesn't have anything to do what we like or what we think or feel about people. It's just about being kind and fair. And of course, you never have to accept behavior that is not safe. So don't take it that way. And I'll also mention, standard disclaimer, I'm not a medical or mental health professional. This is not medical advice, for entertainment purposes. And I'm also a spiritual guide, psychic medium. So I do give spiritual guidance in my videos, if I hadn't mentioned that already. All right, that's out of the way. I think when we feel accepted ourselves, we tend to be able to accept others better. Again, as within, so without. Whatever you believe inside is what you're going to project outside of yourself onto others. And if you accept yourself, then naturally you will accept others. So it's by welcoming new opportunities here, that's one way you can kind of test the waters of seeing how you can love people better in the simplest ways. And it doesn't even have to be people you know, and it can be so passive that people don't even know what's going on. I don't know why that feels like a bit of a side message for somebody. Maybe you're maybe when you've been kind in the past, you've been mishandled and it made you not want people to know that you were nice. I'm getting in my mind's eye the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. More King of Swords energy. Not in the reverse, upright. Because the King of Swords is the King of Air in the tarot. And they rule intellect. And as we are in Mercury retrograde at the time of this video recording, audio recording, and again, so a lot of my knowledge, it doesn't matter if it's a relevant time frame with the transits. The knowledge is applicable beyond the transits. Obviously, you'll get to know more about astrology and energies through my readings. So Mercury in retrograde, which we have a handful of days left in, and then a 10-day shadow phase. Again, check out my Astro Highlights for April video if you want to learn more about that. I did mention I would talk more about retrogrades in another video, so I believe that's one reason this is coming up, because also in the Building Foundations videos, which by the way, one of them is actually filmed. You can see me dealing the cards. I just do what I can at the moment, whatever's most accessible to me at the time. But in that reading, Building Foundations, we talked a lot about emotional intelligence, and we talked about clear communication and resources and all those kinds of things. So finding support, especially during a transformation, which is the other card, Oracle card in front of me right now. The support card is what looks like two grown wolves and a pup, and kind of looks like a little blackbird also. And it's an orange yellow sky. Again, it's kind of interesting. It makes me think like you're walking through the doorway of acceptance and coming out to your soul tribe to support, because the skies, if you look up the picture on Instagram, or you look up this deck, Cosmic Energy Support Card, it's the same colors. It's almost like a sherbet orange fading up to a pinkish red. And above them is a full moon. And it's interesting, this card has what looks like a light beam coming down from the moon to the grass where the wolves are. And in between the moon and above the wolves' heads, it almost looks like there's what's supposed to be Earth, which is very interesting. On the sides of the wolves, on the sides of the card, there are two different trees, which typically, to me, makes me think of a portal, a gateway. And then that takes me back to the acceptance card, where there is the doorway into the unknown, but the unknown can lead to support, right? There's also a slightly rippled pond in front of the wolves. It could be about finding your pack where you feel emotionally fulfilled. And this could be through your spirituality. It could be through some kind of counsel with the Hierophant card above the support card. It could also be by finding some kind of hierarchy in yourself. By accepting yourself, you're able to have a higher authority and welcome in more support in your community, finding your pack, finding your tribe, which helps you through massive transformation. And again, this transformation oracle card says transformation is the soul's evolution. Transformation is the soul's evolution. Transformation is grander than change, but it is still cyclical. I'm thinking of the wheel card now. And the wheel card represents karmic cycles, good fortune coming your way, ends of chapters, new books. I'm not going to link this reading to the last three because I feel like it's a slightly different energy, but I think that might have been somewhat connected to those readings a little bit. I will leave playlists in the description box so you can check those out, or you can look up one of my playlists called Divine with Me, M.E. That's my pen name. So anyways, that's kind of an introduction and a conclusion, I think, of the energies we were working through, but I'm going to shuffle here with the Cosmic Tarot. If you're sensitive to noise, this audio recorder is a lot better than my laptop, so that's one reason I've been using it more often, so I can give you better quality content. But it can pick up the shuffling really loud, and I know some people are really sensitive to sound, so go ahead and turn your volume down or listen without headphones. Alright, here we go. Some people might like the sound of it. Oh, I have no idea if it picked it up, but I just had a hummingbird fly right over my head. We get so many beautiful hummingbirds out here. Oh, wow. First card that wanted to come out was the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness. I kind of wish I was filming this. Though, like I said, I'm able to get more messages out this way if I do an audio recording. And then Six of Pentacles upright, equal give and take. And Prince